Hello again, everybody. This is Commander Mr. Everything with the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron, and I'm coming at you with another flight school tutorial. In this tutorial, we will be learning how to take off and land safely. I wanted to ensure that everyone in the squadron could take off and land. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into the cockpit over here in my Sabre, and I'll let you see all my commands and controls that I'm doing so that you can become proficient in takeoffs and landings and not damage your ship in the process. All right, so let me go ahead and jump into the cockpit. Now let me go ahead and put my helmet on. Never know what might happen. All right, we're in. All right, so just if you press and hold F, Foxtrot, you can look around your cockpit. You can look up to see if the doors are opening and things like this. You can also look down and see where it's at. This button here, this is in the Sabre, should be flight ready or powering your engines on. We're going to go straight to flight ready. Once you're flight ready, then you can, or you could just turn your engines on. Flight ready basically gets all of your systems turned on with one button stroke. What I have set in our squadron keybinds is P. P, or Papa, is the power button. Okay, so I press P, and our little bitching Betty comes on. I guess we should call him bitching Bobby or something, because it's not Betty. Now I've noticed on Hurston the ladder is always off, so you got to kind of try to pretend like that ladder doesn't exist until you take off. Once you take off, it'll recenter itself. Okay, we don't have the engines. We have the engines on, but we're not actually flying. I don't have the cruise button pressed. I don't have any buttons pressed. Now I'm going to look down, holding F. I'm going to look down to my right console. I'm going to press menu, and we're going to go to scroll to comms. If you wanted to scroll into this screen, you can use your scroll on your wheel so that you can see the Lorville Landing Services. We have to get permission to take off so that they will open the cargo bay, basically. You let go.
You are cleared for liftoff.
Well, thank you. Now, when he says you're cleared for takeoff, that does not mean you're clear for takeoff. It means he's giving you permission to take off, but you need to look up and see if that door is open, and it looks like it is by now. So, center your crosshair as best you can. Let go. Everything should center automatically. Don't press I'm using mouse and keyboard for one thing. Don't touch the mouse. Just press the spacebar and hold it down. Take off. Easy. I'm pressing it. Now you can see the mouse. I'm grabbing the mouse now.
Remember, if you're contemplating a career change, you should contact one of Hurston's resource managers for information about exciting career opportunities.
I don't think so. Okay, so now I can use the mouse wheel up and down to adjust the amount of throttle that my ship will provide, but just leave it where it started and let go. Your engine velocity, you notice we're at 0 velocity. We're not dropping, we're not going forward, we're not going backwards, nothing. I still have my speed limiter scrolling up and down right there, using the mouse wheel to scroll that up and down. I'm just going to press Charlie like I normally do. You don't have, Charlie is my cruise. Now you don't, the ship will attempt to get to the speed limiter velocity. And once it gets there, it'll stop thrusting and you can fly around as normal. You could thrust up even higher if you want. Raising the landing gear.
Landing gear retracted.
Good. Now I was kind of waiting to do this. It's dawn, and you know how we are in the Navy. We don't want to waste any daylight. So we took off, and now I'm going to fly towards the sun just so that we can get some good daylight landing. Yes, I'm missing a wing. I got into a scrap with some red tails, and they've damaged my saber. I haven't had a chance to take it to the shop. Turn it into the motor pool. Okay, you'll notice there's the circle there where my aiming reticle is. It's the circle with a dot in the middle. But you'll also notice that there's like a rounded cornered square with a chevron on the bottom of it. That is the actual direction of travel for your ship, your fighter craft, or whatever you're using. So if I go up, it tries to center itself because there's drift. Because right now I'm still traveling towards that hill on the right. But now I'm bringing it back. If I want to bring it back more, I can use left and right thrusters. But this looks like a really good spot to land. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lower my speed. I'm going to level my ship. And I'm going to hit C to turn off my constant velocity. Right. Now the ship just keeps us in the air automatically. Let's go with landing gear. We're just hovering here. Nothing too special. Now if I want to go forward, I could just press my W. I'm stroking it. Do, 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 do. Perfect. And if I want to go down, I just stroke my control. I can hold my control. It's going to go down pretty fast. I can let go of my control and it'll stop going down. Okay, let's get back in the cockpit. All right. The speed limiter right here. If I bring the speed limiter all the way down, you can see it's like all the way down. Now when I press control to drop, it's going to drop super slow because it's got the speed limiter on. But if I roll the mouse wheel, I could drop. I'm rolling it up, rolling it up. Now I'm dropping faster. Let's drop slower. So I lower this velocity on my, well, I don't want it to be 0. For those ships that can handle like a combat drop or something like that, you might want to land with a harder, or if you want to be really gentle and soft, like if you're in an Aurora, then just take it nice and slow. Okay, there's a rock. You see that, right? I don't want to land on that rock. So, guess what I'm pushing? W. And D. And then I countered with a tap of the A. Okay, let's look at this. Let's control down. Okay, once you come to a stop, you want to be sure to press free look. That way you can look around without adjusting any controls on your ship, and then press and hold control. That will lower you to the ground. If you want to lower faster than that, you can roll your wheel to go faster or slower, up or down. If you feel like you're going to land on top of something, just press W to go forward, S to stop yourself, and then continue the downward motion. Remember, the free look keeps me from accidentally controlling the ship while I'm in the landing process. I'm going to jump in the cockpit. I'm going to continue the land. Once I'm down, press F, look down, engine off. Or I could power off. All right, now wilderness takeoff. We're in our ship. We power our ship on. We're in free look, so that we don't accidentally look down, causing the nose of our ship to go down, and then press space to go up. Level the wings using your ladder. Once you feel like you're high enough, raise your gear.
Landing gear retracted.
Raise your speed limiter, press Charlie, let go of the control. Now you're flying forward. I got my free look happening. Let's turn the free look off. So now I can fly. All right, let's try another wilderness landing. Blacking out. Let's go land right there in that spot right there. Okay, lowering the speed. Don't want to come in too fast. Lower your gear at any point.
Landing gear deployed.
At any point you can turn your cruise off. That's what I would do. I would turn your cruise off before you land. Once you feel like I'm pressing W to thrust forward, or you can tilt forward and let your ship go forward. Once you feel like you're in a good spot to level out, put your nose on 0. You can see the zeros right here. Go to free look. So now you can look around and you can see your surrounding. If you want, you can go to a third person view, and then remember, control. I'm going to lower my speed limiter so that I don't slam into the ground like super fast. Okay, that might be a little too slow, and I think I'm a little too far back. I want to go forward a little bit, so I'm tapping on the W. I can hold the W, or I could just tap it, and you'll coast to a stop. And then I'm holding control. I need to roll the wheel up a little bit, so I'll start going down. Let go, see? Let go. Spacebar. Control. Spacebar. Looking around. Spacebar. Control. Okay. We're down. Now I go back into the cockpit. Press and hold F. Look down. Power off. We've landed. Okay, wilderness landing, easy peasy. Okay, we're going to fly back to Hurston, and I'm going to land inside of a hangar. But first, You power on. I have free look activated.
Assist activated.
I press space. Doesn't matter where I'm looking. I'm just taking off. Rolling the wheel up a little bit so I can take off faster. I raise my gear.
Landing gear retracted.
Looks good. Turn off free look. I press Charlie so that I don't have to constantly hold the W button down. We're going to fly back to Hurston. All right, I'll skip ahead to when we actually do the landing. All right, we are approaching Lorville. Again, just for safety reasons, you're gonna want to slow down a little bit. Or not, if you just like to be a hotshot. I think I'm going to change radio stations here. There. Now the public won't hear us. Now let's throttle down a little bit. Turn Charlie off. So now I can thrust forward using the W key if I want. I'm going to press and hold F. Again. We're going to have to ping the landing service.
Please proceed to landing assignment.
I press C to go to cruise, and I'm raising my speed up a little bit. I don't see my landing assignment unless it's behind one of these signs. Ah, there it is, bottom right corner. Let's get over these TISA spaceport signs. Shifting left using A. Using E and Q to level the wings. Try to avoid the... Press C to turn that off again. Try to avoid any bumps with the... we're going way too fast. Let's nose it up to where it's level. That will... and then press S, it'll stop us. Okay, looks pretty level over our landing spot. Let's go to free look. We're pretty close, but we're a little ways off. So turn free look back off. Let's do a 90-degree turn, just so that we square up with the landing pad. Okay. Free look. Okay, I can look around. And how do we go down? Well, let's lower the limiter. Press Control to go down. I'm going to go to an external view to make it easy for me. I got free look, so maybe we should drop gear. Might help. That's another good reason to go to free look. Rolling the wheel to speed up the land. Up and down. Up and down. Look how small that little trap door is. And they expect me to get my ship in there. That's right. A little bit to the right. I'm using the delta button. A to kind of bring it back. And then I'm still holding control to drop. Obviously, I think we're too far back. So I'm going to let go. I'm going to press on the W and then try to stop using S. Still not far enough forward, I don't think. That looks good. Control down. Free looking. Woo! Look how close we were. Boop! And look at that. F4
Complete.
back in. Press and hold F. Power off. Let's get out of the cockpit. Take our helmet off. And there we are, safely on the ground. Takeoff and landing is not as hard as a lot of people are making it out. It is different, and you do need to know how to do it. If you follow these guides, you should be able to land no problem. All right, guys. Thank you for coming to this tutorial training, and I'll see you in the hangar.